Lark froze. The presence of whatever was standing behind her was breathing across her hair, moving the locks like a gentle wind. She could hear it grunting softly every time it exhaled. The goose flesh rose on her arms, and she felt the hairs stiffening on her head. She could almost sense the creature's warmth at her back. The thing grunted a little louder. Then it started to sniff her. A soft growl warned her of danger. She glanced over at the knife lying less than a foot away from her hand. Without thinking about the possible repercussions, she snatched up the weapon and whirled around, raising her arm to slash at whatever had snuck up on her. Nothing was there. Relief washed through her, but she couldn't let her guard down. Not until she was certain the threat was gone. Her first thought was that an animal, possibly a bear, had ventured into the cabin while she was gone to the stream. Maybe it had fallen asleep, thinking this place would make an excellent den for it to hibernate inside, which was why she'd missed seeing it when she'd come inside. But the familiar scent of any wild creature eluded her. It was getting dark. She needed to light a fire in the cast-iron stove, which would frighten away most of the creatures. It didn't take her long to get one going. The dried leaves she'd gathered earlier and kept in a bowl for kindling were perfect for the flint and iron she used to strike the sparks. Once she had sufficient flames, she piled on the twigs and small limbs. A quick check assured her she had enough wood gathered inside to keep the stove going most of the night. Going over to the other side of the room, she retrieved the candle from where she'd left it on the small bedside table. Taking it back to the stove, she lit it and set it on the counter. The flame wavered, then went out. No, the flame was puffed out. She felt the air travel across her arm before the light bent away from the gust and was extinguished. Turning around, she stared into the encroaching darkness. "All right, whoever you are, make yourself known or get the hell out of here." She waited, but when nothing moved in the shadows, she lit the candle again, cupping the flame with her hand. The stream of air came over her shoulder, extinguishing the candle and brushing her cheek in the process. This time, irritation overcame her fear. "Stop that! Behave yourself!" She whirled around, pressing the small of her back against the counter. "Who are you? What do you want? Why don't you get the hell out of my house?" The voice that answered came from overhead, from her right, from her left, from beneath her feet. "Die."